I guess your wife was right. You really are delusional. We're getting you off for a theft that you may or may not have committed. And you're trying to get yourself caught for stealing things. Did you, like, get yourself a super guilty conscience of all the things you've stolen? Or are you really that delusional into convincing yourself you're actually masked to mask? Like, I don't know why you want to be convicted of thievery. That's ridiculous. The truth is, I've been mask to mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually mask to mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me. I see. As my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. Interesting. I don't like the direction this trial is taken. But this is how every trial goes. At least with me, anyway.
Oh,
Yep.
you're doing great.
Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me.
Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true mask to mask.
Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
Alright, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. He really is working in with the prosecution. What the hell, dude? Freaking make me be your freaking defense lawyer, and then you work the prosecution to get yourself convicted? Why do these people keep wanting to get caught? What the hell is going on? Why does everybody hate me? Ugh. Yeah, I should be used to it by now. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to more Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. This is your host, DMJ406. And also, yes, in case you couldn't tell, I had to redo this because, well, recording failure. So, the witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I may as well make it match now, since I forgot to figure that out earlier. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. God damn it. I must be on the wrong track? So, yeah, I had to redo this part. So, there you go. Now, let's get down to business. I want to at least be somewhat continuous. You may think you're the real mask to mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional.
I haven't told Desi yet. About my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons.
But the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it?
Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose.
If I do, sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. Eh, screw it. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife?
Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. Second, if there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, it's criminals.
If that's the case, then why'd you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi's crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-aholic.
So you do have a complicated family situation after all.
Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you. Man, you guys might need therapy after this. Sounds like you're starting to throw her under the bus for your behavior. Yikes. I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real mask to mask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy.
Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway?
Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim. For a change.
Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. DeLake couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already.
I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be mask to mask.
Well, I guess if we had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we?
For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. DeLake couldn't have stolen the urn.
Anyway,
An alibi, huh? I want to see what he wants to describe the rest of the scenario is. I really want to prove him wrong. Dancingly descended? From where exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So, in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone save me. Again!
I guess he thinks descendant sounds more heroic than thief-like or something. Anyway, I'm standing at the crime scene, just like I said.
Yeah, if you really were, maybe you could say something that'll catch you off. You see yourself with a photo, huh? This is the photo that was taken by the security camera at the crime scene. Yes, this one.
No doubt about it, that's mask to mask.
Yes, but don't forget that there's something important missing. The real mask to mask has a big brooch on his chest. And, well, he mentions the fact that it got torn off the door handle. You didn't notice it when your brooch was torn off?
Huh? always a little nervous when I'm working.
There's a bit of clothing left on the backside of the brooch. I don't think it could have been torn off that easily.
Yes, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. Right now we're trying to prove that Mr. Delight isn't the thief, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Let me hear that testimony one more time.
Why does Mr. Delight want to be mask to mask so badly anyway? It's kind of disturbing. He doesn't seem like your typical attention whore to me.
Whoa, I didn't expect the word whore in there.
Unlike, say, you, Nick.
Hey! I'm nothing of the sort, thank you very much. But I gotta admit, the way Ron is acting is kind of scary.
Anyway, time to poke some holes in the testimony of his.
Wow, I was not actually expecting the phrase attention whore to show up. Damn. I think that's more appropriate for the ace detective, thank you very much. I mean, Luke and his freaking name. I gotta stop using that joke. You've got no alibi? I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi.
But I tell you I was in Loreley Taylor that night. Or, no. That's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement.
Hold on.
What is it, Nick?
Where was Ron DeLay when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake.
Well, you're right, but...
Huh. You think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee.
Well, I think maybe I can. Mr. White, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi? Actually, we do, as a matter of fact. I have the evidence. Or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh, I've never seen you this angry before.
I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic.
I thought I was more confident than angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show us to this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime. I mean, we found a wallet somewhere that wasn't the crime scene, so... Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct?
Oh, yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet?
Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner.
This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious? Oh yeah, I am serious, Judge. This proves that Mr. Delight was, in fact, at KB Security that night.
No!
There we go. There's no way you could be the thief now. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi.
No!
Furthermore, considering the distance between Loreley Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. According to Larry, anyway. I mean, he gave me this friggin' evidence to help me out here, so I may as well go with my information at this point. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? Huh. And stop drinking that coffee! Let him have his brew, Judge. It's helpful for people.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong.
You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. All right, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up.
Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school.
Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I drop my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there? He's really reaching now.
Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO's office.
No!
Huh. That was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing.
What?
Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway?
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. You stupid kid. He's not even that much younger than you, dude. Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night. Well, we do have the fact that he was getting blackmailed, for one. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's...
What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like for the contents.
But blackmail?
Yes. Basically, it says, bring $50,000. That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right. At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself in KB Security CEO office, a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime. Damn right.
No!
Yeah, you chug that coffee down. I hope it burns your throat on the way down, bitch.
Order! 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 So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB security. It looks like a perfect case for the fence.
Objection.
Damn straight, you recognize it.
You may see it's a perfect case, Judge, but to me,
Oh, he's collected himself again.
well, let's just say that my Godot plan number 107 impresses me a lot more.
What are you trying to say?
You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company, but did you actually investigate the CEO at all?
Huh? Well, no. I guess not.
Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that.
Not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office? But you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy.
No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite?
There's someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 a.m. that night. It's somebody who happened to work there. And, well, I'm sorry to have to bring his name up, because it pains me to even mention it at all. Here you go.
Who is this useless-looking young man?
Ha! You recognize it at least. You don't remember him, Your Honor?
Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago.
He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Understandable. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night.
Oh?
The question at hand is the key card. Yes.
Yep, that's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You need to get to that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yep, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when.
And because of that, we have absolute proof. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. Damn right. So what do you have to say to that now, Godot? Did you really have to do a spit take? Could have just not sipped her coffee and just been completely enraged afterwards. What the hell, dude?
Well, Mr. Godot? The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own serial number and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime.
Aha! There we go. He was there all right.
What that means, it can't be Mr. Light dressed as mask to mask in this photo! Huh. It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe.
So then? Well, looks like we're finding an agreement on something.
Ron DeLay was clearly in the office of KB Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be masked to mask.
Good job! You did it, Nick!
Wow, that was easy.
That's enough! I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief.
What's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment. Before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLay, not guilty!
Well, at least he didn't murder somebody. I'm sure he'd be guilty of that, though. Judge, come on.
Court is now adjourned.
Man, I need a murder trial. This is boring. Judge, don't wish that, please. We don't need people dying in front of us. For once, we have a peaceful case that was just theft. We don't need murder being brought back into the mix for once.
Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy.
Oh, Mr. Light.
I knew you could do it. I believed you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
Oh, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick!
Oh, the pearls! I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, that's this woman!
Oh, she's nobody. She's just,
You're blushing! How dare you do this in front of Miss Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself!
ouch! She slapped me.
Pearly, This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick!
Yes?
You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client!
No! You've got it all wrong!
I'll never forgive you!
Ow! Frick, a double slap! What the hell?
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right?
You wanted her to do that to me, didn't you? Frickin' Maya.
We have the secret urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please. You're embarrassing me.
If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? Dude, you got off a guilty verdict, alright? You don't need to be a thief for everything. As much as you like thinking you're mask to mask.
But I am a thief. Actually, what's the point now? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that. I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is...
Come on, give the kid some time.
Huh? What the hell are you doing here, Godot?
He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo?
Mr. Godot, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on. I just came to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite.
Maybe you should learn my name before you call me Buddy.
Well, playtime is over.
Huh?
Early this morning, the body of Kate Bullard was discovered.
Kate Bullard? Where have I heard that name before?
Uh-oh.
Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, but Body?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th.
1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean...
That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered.
So then, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today?
Help me out? What?
On October 12th, at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Light was at the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage.
What are you saying? Imbued with rage?
What do you mean imbued?
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
An employee of KB Security?
It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way!
He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie. It can't be true. Oh, but I'm a thief, I tell you.
Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder.
What? This is impossible!
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite.
What the hell?
You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
What the?
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here.
This guy, who the heck is he? Maybe quiet. He's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight.
What the hell is up with you, Mr. Godot? What are you doing?
Nick, how did this be happening?
Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me.
Yeah, Ronnie!
You gotta be kidding me! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? Ah! It's like I said in the second game. Every single trial's a murder. Every single one. And that has yet happened again. One that was disguised as a larceny crime turns out to be a freaking murder somewhere else. It's like a cover-up, if you will. Is that why you wanted to be arrested as a thief rather than a murderer? Still doesn't sit right with me, but I guess we should see where this goes. Let's keep going.
You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all before Mr. Delight got arrested again.
Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred.
No way, Joes! I don't buy it!
I think you mean Jose.
Shut up, I know what I said! But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself. At least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick.
Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder?
I think we're gonna head back to Grand Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred art back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Miss McFly, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness.
Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Cause yes, going through a murder investigation is the best time for romance. What is this, Bones? Well, here you go. Take the sacred urn, I guess.
Now remember, no fighting, okay?
I mean, I never really liked that show anyway. From what I understand, it wasn't that good. She's gone. Well, I didn't really care for it myself.
Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation.
Yeah, let's get started on that. Do you have any more info, though? Out of curiosity. So, what do we do now?
Isn't it obvious? We should get out of there and investigate the murder.
Well, first, we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I'm gonna ask her some stuff about motorcycles.
Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you?
I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy.
Oh. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight.
Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too.
Yeah, I definitely want to find out why he wanted to be convicted for thievery instead of murder. Well, actually, I can understand that. You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh?
You bet. But there's something a little different about it.
Huh?
Don't question mark at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Can't you just take silence for what it is?
I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says, I am on the urn of the poster.
That it does.
But the urn we got back says, Ami, like it always used to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Plus, the base has big splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before.
You know, now I think about it, if it was a forgery, how would they know what it was actually supposed to say? Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I Am. Yep, and that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. She repaired it somewhat in the shape it was supposed to be, but still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it.
Is it possible that urn is a fake?
I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Crime Village.
Yeah, I suppose.
Now I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Crime Village in a long time. Yeah, you should probably be back there at some point, so I guess people still go to Crime Village to do their training, right?
Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training.
So why haven't you been training lately, Maya?
Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that.
A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is.
If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen.
Is what happened last year still bothering you? Understandable. That murder in Henry Village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Karine technique, she temporarily loses her own will. Oh, she said that, my bad. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That was the excuse they tried to use for pinning the murder on Maya. But, well, we just proved that. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you?
I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all.
Sounds like being the master of Karine is going to be a heavy responsibility. At least she's finally maturing. You should be happy about that, Phoenix. She's finally learning to take more responsibility for her actions. Yeah, let's go with that. Meanwhile, let's go see what Mr. Delight is up to.
I ain't told you it's not me! A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence.
Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now.
Man, we don't have enough time as it is!
Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday, they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands.
I guess you're right. The guard over there looks a bit on edge, too.
Come on, we'll just have to come back later.
Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick.
Good idea. In that case, why don't we actually go talk to Desi? Why not? I should probably get some info. Probably in the episode after this. I would have ended after the trial, but it felt a little too short for my liking.
Oh, Nicky boy, Maya.
Miss Delight.
All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie.
Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case.
Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer. I swear, my Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly.
All right, I'll poke around and see what I can find out.
Really? Are you serious? Oh, it's so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I could do to help anyone anymore.
I had no idea Miss Delight had such a vulnerable side. May act like a bad girl, but she's actually a pretty innocent person. And very, well, friendly, I suppose. Sure, that's the word, anyway.
Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick.
Yeah, but you have to admit, he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!"
He would never say that. Anyway, Miss Delight, he might not be a killer. But he's still going around saying that he's a thief.
That he is.
I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him.
Miss Delight, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world.
What? How dare you say it to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief! Ha! The very idea.
I guess they just don't get it.
Huh? Get what?
I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple.
Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? But for you?
Huh, that's surprising. Then again, he would be too much of a... Well, he'd be too wimpy to probably try and do anything to get her attention if I had to guess.
I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Happy's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously, the real Mask to Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah? And Detective Abby knew more about Mask to Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on this Great People Around Town segment on TV.
So then, you went there to ask him some questions?
That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said, the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout.
I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout.
That bag was sitting right there on top of the table.
Yeah, it was still there.
Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too.
Why did he leave it?
There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else.
Yeah, you got that right. But again, that's how criminals try to get away with it.
Mr. Light, do you know about KB Security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works.
So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today, yep.
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ronalite was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
Yep, was. Therefore, Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore.
Looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. She was there! KB Security's only 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is.
Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car.
Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike.
To make it to KB Security that fast? Are you sure you aren't literally flying?
Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now?
No, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
Haha, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick.
Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security.
Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick.
Wow, way to just glance over that. Just be like, well, you can just tell us where it is? You bitch. She told us where it is. Okay. Wow, sometimes visual novels take weird shortcuts with things like that.
So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back.
Robbers?
Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears.
Yeah, I would too, if I were in that situation.
Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his.
Wow!
He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale.
That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people.
Then, crying and swaying his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers.
He has swung in a wild frenzy, huh?
All by himself. He came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did.
But that's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess.
Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. Please don't get caught up with robbers, Maya. You already get enough trouble as it is. Wow. So I guess you could put on a brave front, being a security guard and all that. What a shock. Anyway, let me ask you a little bit more, just see if I get more info out of you.
So this is mask to mask, huh? I wonder what kind of a house he lives in.
Who knows? Maybe it's exactly like this house.
You're so funny sometimes, Nicky boy. But if I was a famous thief, I'd live in a great big, gorgeous mansion.
I'll be sure to tell that to your husband. Oh man, you gotta steal on a higher standard, man. You don't have enough money for all that either. Oh, man. What a high-maintenance girl indeed.
I know what this is. That's one of those key cards from Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one.
That's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. Again, did you not listen to the conversation? God, ugh.
That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found to keep his security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then.
So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene. Oh, he was there, so that's a fact that we're gonna have to deal with. He was in the murder scene. But who was the real murderer if it wasn't him? That's gonna be a tough one. Do you know about this?
Oh, is that a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate when people poke their nose into other people's business.
Oh, right.
Looks like Mr. Lake doesn't know about it. Which means she has no idea that her husband was being blackmailed.
Maybe it's better she doesn't know. I can understand wanting to hide that. Do you like my badge, by the way?
Excuse me, but would you take a look at this? Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't the faintest idea. I guess I just don't get out enough.
I'm just curious to see any things she has to say.
I'll never forgive this man. He tried to pin his own crimes to my Ronnie. I don't blame you. All criminals are the same. They're nothing but filthy, stinking liars. I hate their guts.
Okay, I think I get it. And I think I can see why Ron didn't tell her how he was earning that money. Yeah, I can understand that as well.
That's really amazing. A master at your age. Oh no, you've got it wrong. It's my mother that's the current master. Oh, I see. So what exactly is she the master of anyway? Well, you see, it's like...
Don't say it, Maya. If you say spirit channeling, she'll laugh.
Ouch, that hurt.
I mean, just being truthful with you on that.
Oh, this girl. I saw her slap Nicky Boy right across the face.
Yeah, she did. Of all the ways she could remember pearls by, why?
She's such a little cutie. If you could bring her by, I'd love to meet her. Sure, of course.
Great. I could just tell him in for a reprise of the 100-hand slap. Yeah, Maya, I know that's what you want to do. Don't you freaking lie about it. And that's the same thing he said before, when he puts his mind to it. Okay. Yeah, so I double-checked that. Out of curiosity, I don't mind I have this picture with me. Okay, never mind. Alright, I should probably just end the episode here. Yeah, this is good enough. We got info on getting to KB security. We can start with that next time. So, straight from a freaking trial of larceny to an attempt of murder. Excuse me. And now I'm starting to understand why Ron did not want to be known for being at the scene of a murder. That makes him sound guilty, though. Still, do I really think he could have committed murder? Well, I guess we'll have to really find out about that next time. So, let's go dig into yet another murder mystery. God damn it. I mean, yeah, like I said, every single case in this game is a murder, but at least they try to cover it up with something else. And you know, it sounds a little lame, but I actually don't hate the execution. In fact, we'll get into more details about that next time.